So we're going to look at vertical and horizontal shifts of particular graph here, f of x equals x squared. And as you can see, it goes through the point 0, 0. These are the points that this graph would go through, 0, 0. If x is 0, y is 0. If x is 1, y is 1. If x is 2, y is 4. And then the negatives, negative 1, 1, and negative 2, 4. So they would be standard points for this graph, f of x equals x squared. If we play this video on a bit, we're going to find out what happens when we get vertical shifts up and down. So there's the first graph there, f of x equals x squared plus 1. One of the things you've got to remember here is that the f of x is the y value. So therefore, f of x equals x squared. This is the y value as well. They're both equal to this. Although this is x, this is a y value. When we add 1 on, basically what we do, for every y value here, we're going to add 1 to each value. So the new graph will become 2, 5, 1, 2. 0, 1, negative 1, 1. And if we roll the video, we'll see that all we do is shift the graph 1 unit up. And that is the graph of x squared plus 1. X squared plus 2, we'll do the same thing, shift the graph up 2 units. 1, 2. The y values all get increased by 2. X squared plus 3, the y values will get increased by 3. The graph shifts up 3. For x squared minus 2, the graph is shifted 2 down. So for all vertical shifts, it is this value here that tells you there's a vertical shift. There's nothing going on here around the x for a vertical shift. Now for a horizontal shift, which is what this is, you can see the subtle difference here. Here we've got f of x equals x minus 4 squared. And the contrast of that would be f of x equals x squared minus 4. So this is vertical, and this is a horizontal shift here. And all we do, this works opposite. The negative sign means we move to the right. And what happens is all the x values that we had for the original graph, negative 2, 4, negative 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 4, they are all the original graph points for f of x equals x squared. Now when we shift to the right, every x value will get shifted 4 units to the right. And we will end up with a set of values now for this new graph. Negative 2, if it's shifted 4 to the right, goes to 2, 4. Y value untouched. Negative 1, 4 units to the right goes to 3, 1. The y value untouched. 0, 0 goes to 4, 0. 1, 1 goes to 4, 4 units to the right is 5, 1. And then 2, 4, 4 units to the right goes to 6, 4. So in each case, the y values are untouched, and the x value has been shifted 4 units to the right. And if we play the graph, this gets shifted 4 units to the right. And it sits on the axis like that. And if you were to check each of the points, 4, 0, 4, 0 here would lie on the axis. 5, 1 would be 5 across, 1 up, etc., etc. And if we roll the graph on again, we get the next one, which is x plus 3. Now the plus sign here means we go to the left this side. So the minus sign here, means we go to the right. If it's a plus sign, which in this case we're going to go to the left. And you can see 3 units to the left. The x values are 3 units to the left. Now, with this final graph, we have a combination of everything. And if you look at each of these, if you look now at x minus 5 squared, so f of x equals x minus 5 squared minus 2. The minus sign means we're going right 5 units. And the other one, the minus 2 over here, means we're going down 2 units. So it's a combination of 2 now. And on the graph, you'll see in a minute, we do exactly that. We go 5 to the right, and then 2 down. And that is the answer.